Here's a photo of me 5 years into my fitness journey. As you can tell, I looked a bit bulky and I was hitting those PRs at the gym. I felt like I was doing everything right, but I didn't have that muscle definition that I wanted. In this video, I'll be talking about why you could be hitting the gym the way I was and not really seeing the muscle definition that you want and what you can do to fix that. Many times what happens is that when people get started, especially women, when we get started at the gym and we see our physiques getting bulkier, we end up freaking out because we want to get clean and see some definition, and that's not what we're seeing. So we freak out and we give up the gym. I'll tell you that's not the way to go about it, and I'll be breaking down 4 things that you can do so you can see definition the way you want instead of just looking bulky, and you don't have to quit the gym, trust me. Before I get started, if you don't know me, hi. I'm Eleni, IFBB Bikini Pro and soon to be fitness coach. So the number one thing that could be happening here is that you are lifting weights, but you're not prioritizing your diet. I say that, and it might be obvious to some people, but to me it wasn't. For the longest time, I was lifting weights thinking that that was going to be enough for me to see some muscle definition. The bigger the muscles, the more definition I thought I was going to get, and it's not like that. I was not really prioritizing my diet. I was not eating all junk food, but I was also not quite aware of what it took for me to be able to tailor my diet on a way that I'm not only fueling my workouts, but I'm also managing my body fat. Trust me, you don't need to go through a starvation diet to see some definition. That's not sustainable, that's not healthy, that's not what we want. If we just look at the physics of our body, our muscles are dense, but our body fat is soft and it sits on top of the muscle. So when we grow our muscles, what it will do naturally is that it's going to push outward. But if your nutrition is not where it's supposed to be, then what it will do is that it will push that layer of fat outward and you give you that bulky look without definition. So in a way, you're pretty much building a solid foundation under a soft blanket. So like I mentioned, if you want to get the definition, you need to be focusing on a nutrition that allows your body to stay fueled, for your muscles to grow, for your workouts to be optimized, but at the same time for you to manage your body fat. I personally don't believe bulking is necessary for muscle growth, especially for us women. We don't feel our best when we're going through the bulking phase. And when you look at studies, the amount of muscle that you are able to gain on a bulking phase versus when you're just at a healthy weight is not that significant for us to put ourselves through that phase and just hate our bodies in this process. I'm a huge believer that you can gain muscle while being at a healthy weight and not have to go beyond that, and love your body through this process. Our bodies are all different and they respond better to different diets, but if you want some ideas, I made a video here on what I've been eating on a day when I'm dieting in case you wanna take a look and get some ideas. That's how I stay fueled so I can keep building muscle while also managing my body fat and staying healthy. Another thing that could be happening is that you're not prioritizing progressive overload. I think many people, especially women, we are told that if we lift heavy weights, we're gonna look bulky. Trust me, muscle growth does not happen overnight. What could happen is that you can have some water retention after you lift weights, but that's temporary. That doesn't mean that you gained weight overnight. So you're not just going to become bulky in terms of muscle overnight. And if you're just doing high reps, not really focusing on building bigger muscles, what can happen is that you're not going to be seeing the definition that you want, because one very important factor for definition is muscle. So prioritizing that muscle growth will help, and endless repetitions with low weight is not going to do it. I personally think that exercises like Pilates are great for health, and if you enjoy doing it, you should do it. That's great. But if you're going for muscle definition, then you might want to include weightlifting and strength training to your routine and prioritize muscle growth, because that's what's going to give you that definition look without you having to starve yourself. Another thing that could be happening is that you lack true consistency. Every type of long-term transformation is going to require time, whether it's building muscle or losing fat. If you want the results to stay, it will be a process that will take time. So what happens many times is that people start strength training at the gym and they get puffy due to the water retention that happens during those first weeks, and they end up giving up because they don't like the look, or they will not get the results they wanted quick enough with diet and training, so they'll just give up and they'll be in this constant cycle of on and off, and that doesn't work. Results are achieved through consistency, and if you're constantly going through those on and off cycles, then you're going to be stuck in this initial phase and you're never going to truly progress beyond that. And you may be again and again and again getting the inflammation and water retention phases, not moving past that to a point where your body is used to the new routine and the workout. So you need to hold on to a routine for months, not weeks, for you to start seeing real results. So stay consistent. Don't give up. As long as you stay consistent, the results will come in due time. Another thing that could be happening, and I'm very guilty of this one, is that you're totally ignoring recovery and rest. As you probably already know, more is not always better, but we tend to forget that from time to time when you get stuck in this grind mindset and we just want the results for tomorrow. I heard from people that were training 7 days a week, doing double workouts, hours of cardio. That stuff doesn't work. It may work for your favorite influencer because they may not be telling you that they're also on enhancement drugs, which is a huge aid to recovery. But if you're natural, then that approach is not going to work. Rest and recovery is very important, especially if you're natural. When we don't get enough recover time and rest, our stress hormones will spike, especially cortisol. What that does is your body can be holding on to water weight and giving you that puffy, inflamed look. Also, your muscles may not be growing as they're supposed to because you're not allowing your body to rest. Muscles will grow and rebuild while you're resting. If you're not giving yourself enough rest days, all you're doing is just making your body more inflamed, getting your body to hold to more water weight, and you're getting that puffy, soft look, and you're not giving your body a chance to repair and lean out. And I know that when it comes to rest and recovery, that's something that's easier said than done. But if you have a schedule right now, let's say a work schedule, a college schedule that doesn't allow you to be getting enough sleep while hitting the gym 5 times a week, maybe adjust your gym schedule so you go 4 times a week or 3 times a week, whatever works for you, so you can still give yourself time to rest and recover. I know that's something that's hard to do because we live in this grind mindset world where we think that if you're not hitting the gym 5 times a week at least, then you're failing, but that's not true. Trust me, if you need to adjust now, maybe it's a temporary adjust, you can readjust later in time, but if you're just allowing your body to recover, that's going to actually help your progress and not hinder it. Trust me, your body needs this recovery. More is not always better. I'm a huge believer that looking lean at a healthy level does not require you to kill yourself at the gym and do hours of cardio. I think it's a matter of strategy and also understanding the limits of our bodies. What's lean for one person might not be lean to another. Body fat distribution also dictates where we're going to be storing fat. So if you're constantly trying to achieve the looks of somebody else, you're never going to learn to value your strengths. We all have strengths and weaknesses, but if you keep comparing ourselves, we are never going to be able to identify our strengths and work on a strategy that works best for us. If you're going through your fitness journey, journey, diet is a huge component of it. And I say that because I didn't always look at it this way, but it's important for you to pay some attention at least to your diet in a way that you're not only being able to make those gains while managing your amount of body fat, but also that you are fueling your body in a proper way so you're avoiding injuries and you're optimizing your muscle gain. If you have any questions on this topic or if there's anything that you want to see here next, let me know here in the comments. And thank you for watching this video. See you next week.